Hello, hyperspace. My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped because this is another Overwatch hero guide. And in this video, we are covering Junkrat, the guy who just likes to blow stuff up and has a strong resemblance to Batman's Joker. So, playing Junkrat, he is a tear on the ground. He can deliver devastating amounts of damage if his shots connect. Not too sure on the numbers, but I know they're very, very powerful, and that's all that matters, because you're basically using a grenade launcher. Now, he has his grenade launchers, which travel out in an arc, and they don't explode the instant they hit the ground. They tend to bounce a bit. They will explode if they hit target, and they will damage your body or yourself. They will damage you if you get hit by your own grenades. However, he has a proximity mine, or C4. I guess you can say a C4. Not proximity, it's more detonating. Detonating mine, let's call it a C4. You can throw it down, press the button, it detonates. You won't get any damage, but it will deal massive damage to other opponents. You can use this to keep away from Roadhog. So if Roadhog grabs you and he pulls you towards himself with his big fat belly, just throw it at his belly button, detonate the mine right away before he can pull that trigger, and both of you will go flying. Roadhog takes damage and you're completely safe. So, when you're using Junkrat, you want to fire from cover, because he doesn't have any protection. He cannot do nothing to a Pharah, and if somebody has the upper hand on him, literally like they're above him, it's going to be really difficult to take them down. So you want to kind of have like a height elevation advantage, and you want to bomb downwards, and you also want to have your bear trap to protect your body. His ulti is very powerful.
It's the Riptide.
And it can... I'm not too sure how strong this thing is, but it's a very powerful, mobile, exploding wheel. And once you use your ulti, your body will be vulnerable, which is where the bear trap comes into play. If Junkrat dies, he will drop, I believe, 6 grenades that will explode on his body, so never, ever teabag an enemy Junkrat the instant he is killed.
You will suffer the consequences.
Also, because Junkrat is a disrupting kind of hero, kind of like Winston, feel free to spam your grenades to your heart's content and annoy the enemies with all those beautiful, bouncing, deadly bombs. And that's basically about it. Make sure you get that height advantage, spam your grenades, don't try to compete with Pharah or people who are above you unless you are very, very good, and use the bear trap to protect your body. You can also pair the C4 with the bear trap, like place the bear trap down, put the C4 right on top of it, and when somebody falls for your bear trap, detonate the C4, and like half the time, maybe a little more, you'd wind up getting a free kill or not, depending on who falls with the trap. So I know this gameplay was really short. This was kind of like a obvious hero guide. I mean, it's a guy with a grenade launcher, just shoot the grenades. So I'm going to include some extra gameplay to show you a little handy-dandy trick that I learned with Junkrat that I have never seen anyone else do. Now, you can say it's cheap, you can say it's cheating, but for whatever reason, it's highly effective. So let's get right into this. Alrighty, here we are. Now, this map is Elos. This is the only map where I know this technique would work, and it has to be this version of Elos. It's the part where the capture point is kind of like on the far left or right, whichever side you're starting on, and it has kind of like these two patios that's facing. You'll see. I'm heading straight towards it. Now, when you have Junkrat and you come here, right there, look straight ahead, and you got the capture point. You can spam grenades into the capture point, and it's going to be a little difficult for the enemies to take you out if you place a bear trap right there, and a mine right there, so they'll have a little difficult time to see the bear trap. Now, the reason they'll have a difficult time to see the bear trap is because enemy Junkrats, when you place the bear trap, the enemies will only see, like, the tip of the trap's teeth. And if it's a teammate, they're going to see the full trap, which is why enemies tend to fall for your bear trap, and well, same with teammates. And you want to put the mine on the ceiling because enemies will see the full mine. The mine will not be hidden. And just continue spamming no matter what side you're on. Constantly spam those grenades, and it's not impossible, but it's going to be very difficult for the enemies to actually capture the point because there are bombs And even more bombs bouncing all over the place, so it's going to be really difficult for them to capture the point. Now, about your bear trap and, well, what's happening behind you. It's going to be really difficult for enemies to get to you because, one, if they take the building that's to your right or left, depending what side you're on, if they take that building that's close to you, they're going to have to get through your bear trap. You will receive a notification if your bear trap is destroyed or if it's triggered. If somebody triggers the trap, instantly detonate the mine. You may not get the kill, but you're going to do a lot of damage. And then you go check it out and finish him off. And, well, the reason you want to go check it out is it might be a Reaper. If Reaper gets trapped and you detonate the mine and nothing happens, he can be in Wraith mode. And you know how Reaper is at close range.
He gonna make quick work of you.
And also, it's going to be really difficult for the enemies to get behind you because they're going to have to wind up running into your team's spawn, which is not a good idea. But don't get overconfident in your little new secret spot because some characters can actually make the jump. Winston can easily just jump across and start electrocuting you. Same thing with Genji, and if you see a Pharah who flies up and has her eye on you, quickly just run into that building because she can easily shoot a concussion mine right behind you, which will send you flying into the ocean, into your doom. So, if somebody happens to get behind you, let's say like a Genji happens to just jump and use his sword dash and he happens to be like right next to you, backtrack, grab some health if you have to, there's a big health pack in the building. Or you can start bouncing grenades on the floor. That Winston just had a really bad day. So you can start bouncing grenades on the floor. You're going to see when I come out, there's going to be a lot of tables and chairs and stuff around that back area. The grenades will bounce over that. They will detonate on the chairs. And it's just going to be really difficult for enemies to maneuver around that position. You will not be invincible, but you will be a really difficult target to take out. You can easily be sniped. So just don't get too comfortable back here. It's effective and it's safe, but you're still a very vulnerable target. And that's about it. So if you liked the video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at Davontos, man. Junkrat's giving you a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see all of you in my next video. Have a nice day.